Alright guys, I just promised there a couple seconds ago that I was going to do my harvest vlog and show you all you guys how Kansas I am. So my uncle, he's a farmer. Actually, it's a great uncle. So my mom's uncle. Yeah, that's what it is. My mom's uncle. So he's a farmer. He lives up north about, I don't know, 45 minutes, half an hour. But up there, it's all just wheat fields and all that kind of stuff, and cornfields. We have corn here too, by the way, not just wheat. But we were harvesting wheat, and I got to ride in the combine. That was so cool. It was slow, but you know, pretty cool to watch like those big old things turning, like they're like just chewing up the wheat. It's pretty cool. And after about half an hour of that, I got pretty fucking bored. Anyways, so what my job was is I got to drive the, oh, windy, goodness gracious. But I got to drive the grain truck, and what my job was I had to transport the grain that the combine chewed up. You know, they chewed up the wheat, and then it separates the grain from the stalk or whatever. And then what the combine does is it shoots it into the back of my truck, which is a big ass truck. It's like a Ford 7500. It was one of those huge trucks, right? And that was an experience. Oh, half-mast for the Boston. I feel bad for the Boston people. But you know what? It happens. People don't understand that. Well, this is completely off topic, but I gotta talk about it. People don't understand that in the Middle East, there are car bombings all the time, and people die, innocent people. And for some reason, you know, it's just our media, this gets covered a lot more than those things. And I'm not condoning what they did. I'm not saying it's not a bad thing. Of course it's a bad thing. But I just think it's kind of hypocritical that we think that 3 people dying in a bombing is a million times worse and deserves so much more coverage than 15 people dying in a car bombing a week ago in Saudi Arabia. You know, it just doesn't make sense. So I just had to kind of cover that. Police, good thing I'm going 30 and a 40, because that's how I do when I know police are around. Now we'll bump it up to 40 on the dot. Hello. Man, they really want to pull me over. My friend put a big target on this bike. He went like 120 in like a 30-mile-an-hour zone, and I'm pretty sure the cops heard about it. But anyways, what was I talking about? Oh, my harvest. Okay, so I got to drive the big grain truck. I had to drive it, I think it was like 15 miles or something, to the big grain towers. And what we do is the grain truck, the back end, you do all these controls inside the truck, and then all of a sudden the back end goes like, and it raises up and it dumps all the grain into these big, this big underground, you know, grain station thing. And they weigh your truck before you go in, and then they weigh your truck after you come in, and then they know how much grain you deposited into the grain thing. And you do that like a whole bunch. You just drive there, dump your load, and then drive back to the combine, and he's chewing up more stuff while I'm doing that. And then when I get there, he spills some more grain into my truck, and then I have to, you know, cover it up and do all my checks and stuff. And then I drive all the way back. And we do that from like 5 a.m. until like 8 p.m. So we do it all day long. And then I wake up the next day and do the exact same thing. But, you know, I didn't really care working the long hours. It was great. I love the experience. I wouldn't do it all the time. I'm not really a farmer. But the experience of working outside, I think all men need to do that. They need to get the experience of working with your hands, and, you know, that smell of out in the country, and all the grain smells, and, you know, the diesel, and, yeah, it's just a great feeling. I think all guys should work on a farm. At least a weekend or something, you know? If you don't have family that own farms, then just, I don't know, go do something out in the country. Build a fence. It's good for you. I'm glad I did it. It was a great feeling. I didn't get paid very much, but I mean, he's family and I was helping him out, so that's all right. Oh, that's a nice bike. Check that out. But yeah, that's my Harvest story, guys. It was several years ago. I think I was 18 or something. That's a nice little Harley. I think it's a Harley. Yeah. I wouldn't mind riding that. I wouldn't, you know, I'm not a Harley guy, but that's a pretty clean looking bike. Well, okay guys, that's a Harvest vlog. Let me know if you guys have ever done something like that. I wouldn't mind doing it again, actually. If maybe one more time. Because it was pretty cool. And driving that big ass truck was pretty fun. And they have like 16 gears. You know, they have these things like half gears. It's weird. Like first gear, and then you lift up this little thing, and it goes into like second gear, and then you go into second, and it's actually third gear, and then you do another half gear, and it's like fourth gear, but it's actually third gear. You know, it's kind of like that. Bye!